shit. Hello. Hi. Come on. Get me. There we go. I forgot to open the camera. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Subtitles. I'm going to be playing Stanley Parable. I played this game when I was young. Like there was like this free Garry's Mod kind of game when a few years ago that was free. It was very simple, but it did something that others didn't do. So yes, exactly. I have played, but it was long ago. Computer barely visible. I guess here. Why do I have to do that? This 11 p.m. 13. Okay. Why would they need to put my time when they could check it? Oh. 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 Huh. So this is... Huh. Very well.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yes.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Man, I wish
others
that
might
was
have
me.
considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I wish I was Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
The door open?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Okay,
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Did he now? No, I think I will wait for a command to tell me what to do. Yeah, I think I will. I will do that. I mean, a command is probably on its way. Yeah. Soon enough, the command will appear. Soon enough. Soon enough. Soon enough, it will appear. Okay, I got bored. Or maybe I can wait. Come on. Command, appear. Oh. Command, appear now. Okay, maybe I should leave. Why does it sound like I'm pressing okay? Okay, I left.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Maybe here? Okay, fine. Absolutely nothing. I remember that if you did what the voice said, he got if you did the contrary of what the voice said, it got angry. That's basically all I remember.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Like this moment, like I could go like, let's go to the right one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yes.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I drink? No.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Well, he's getting sassy.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, there's a door over there. I like that one.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty of missile cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the cargo, 5,000. Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Hello, Necro.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting? What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes, I know.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay, fine.
Give me a chance.
Okay, fine. I will give him one chance.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, I will give him one chance to prove me that he's a good guy.
Thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The 2 of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
Wait,
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay. Dark room.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
I hate this.
I actually feel happy.
I hate the idea of about, like, I will just leave.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Wow, this place is disgusting.
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Yeah.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Hmm. Should I? Oh yeah, fuck the guy.
No! Oh.
Oh.
Thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? No. No, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because I like seeing you suffer.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Wow, I actually now feel bad about. Okay, fine. Let's go to the other room.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Okay, fine.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
It's making me feel bad about this. Is there anything below? Like, there's only one way. Okay. You got your one chance, and you're misusing it, dude. Okay, everything is like over there. What now? It is very pretty, I have to admit it, yes. Like now... Yes. So... what now? It... Oh, okay, fuck you. You lost your chance, old man.
No, perhaps not. Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Yep. See you later, alligator.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Okay,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
yeah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, fine, let's do what he
When
wants.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's see.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Well, that sounds a lot... how to solve a dispute with core. Let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively or not. Use a light to assure your build that everything is okay. This... Okay. Let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
what's
to his
downstairs?
boss's office.
I love you too.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Wait.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment
Wait a
for
minute.
no reason at all.
Am I
None
trapped?
of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Yeah?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet
Oh,
when he
no.
walked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
What? What the fuck just happened? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, fine.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Okay, let's go
he
over
entered the
there.
door on his left.
Blah, 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 blah. Speed run.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his
Yeah,
manager's
this one
office,
looks like
Stanley was
Stanley's
once
office.
again stunned to discover
Stanley's-
not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Okay, fine.
He stepped into
Very
the newly
secret.
opened passageway.
Yes. I don't remember this part of the game, I think. Like, this is really like the first one.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now? when for years it had never occurred to him.
Okay.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Okay.
Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay, fine. I will go back.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
But maybe it's a lie. Maybe there's like...
Nope. Still on board with death? The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yeah, but maybe there's nothing here.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
It seems a bit like, yeah, it's death. Let's go. Huh? Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. Okay.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I have no idea.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
I guess so.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh. The two doors, okay, the two doors, okay. Oh, this is like... Huh. Interesting rooms. It's like some kind of museum. Huh. Well, this is a weird place. It's kind of like a museum of the old game. Okay. First show. Okay. What's this? Maintenance layout. The flow of the hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times, which caused a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. So, the simplest version is that one over there. I don't see that thing over there. Ah. That only ended when the player started from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating. Okay. Oh, there's the exit. What was it? Let's go. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Where?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I guess I will start again.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
That's gay shit. No, sorry. I'm not going to quit. Okay, let's try it again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Huh? What's this?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Yeah, new content. What the hell is this?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Okay.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yes, I remember.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yeah, I remember that.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Thank you, narrator.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet,
yes,
but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah.
Is it broken? What's going on here?
What's going?
Should we be moving somewhere? There we go.
Okay.
All right, finally,
yeah,
at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more
so ready.
ready.
Let's do it.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe
not that great.
Tedious.
Yeah, not.
It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Okay, let's see content.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Okay. What's that cable going to? What will happen when I do all 16? What would happen when we reach the end? I don't have more jumps. I used all my jumps in the jump circle.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Another elevator.
Goodness, another elevator.
Okay.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Same.
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I agree.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Okay, let's do this.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Oh.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
Wait, really?
What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
There is actually a test achievement, please ignore.
I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Sure. This doesn't look like... Okay.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
I'm sure.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special, and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
What?
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
I didn't know that that Stanley Parable got a BAFTA.
Oh, the waste.
Well, it makes sense, though. $1 bill. Okay. It's impossible to get this achievement. Okay, fine. Is this thing true? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, fine. Okay. What's this?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
What?
"Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
Yeah, I wouldn't base games journalism,
all-encompassing
especially game
the original
journalism from
Stanley Parable
2014 as real.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
My hacking Persona 3. Oh, what's this? There's a maintenance zone. Okay, fine.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
This one,
The Stanley
man,
Parable is
this
both
guy's-
a richly
this guy's
stimulating
cringe.
commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time
I'm
collecting
sorry,
dust
but-
in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
What about this door over here? Okay, fine.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
What about this door over here?
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Yeah, sure. What's down here? Oh.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Wow, it must
Surely
be...
these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I guess it's... oh, holy shit, it's going to... Oh! Oh no!
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
Ooh.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh man. Oh no, another one. It's over, bros.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Okay.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Yes, you are.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't
Thank
know
you
how
for the
much
mana.
fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Dude,
Like
it's
I let
just Steam
these people
reviews.
down.
Like,
Perhaps
it
the
could be
Stanley
worse.
Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh no.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Oh.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Narrator, I think you are taking this too badly.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button,
didn't
you'll
say-
have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of
Narrator,
time, at
please.
which time, everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah,
Narrator,
blah, blah,
please.
blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245.
Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever
embarrassing.
ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices all...
Okay.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations, not... Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
Man, time is going forward. I guess I will have to skip once more.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
Yes.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button.
I guess we have to press the skip button.
Before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe... Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's complete... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
What?
2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moved. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had
Yes.
so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of...
Okay, she's not here. Let's go. Wait, there's some noise over here. I guess I have to press the skip button again. What's the noise? I guess there's nothing here yet. How's time is going? There's no more time. Okay, let's go one more.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to
Holy
examine with an
shit.
uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no
see you later,
consequences
Max.
for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that
Holy
seek
shit.
everything
I'm
and are accountable
sorry.
to nothing.
I guess I will have another walk around to see if there's like an exit. Nope, I guess not.
The end is never the end, 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 is never
Holy
the...
shit. There's water coming out. Okay, next one. Oh. Okay. Finally an exit. No, but I can't get there. Maybe in a few. I'm stuck. Maybe in a few more. One or two. Well, no. Okay, one more time. Huh? One more time. What the fuck was that? Oh, finally. What the hell? Yep. We went too far into the future. I guess we're truly going into... Okay, so we restart now. Huh?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was terrifying.
New
Oh, good.
content?
You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. New content. Okay, let's see what we have here. It's like they are taking a quiz on themselves, which is interesting.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
Okay.
forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Super ultra
Which
deluxe.
is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What? Narrator, you're getting unhinged.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new
second?
experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so
Second?
many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Okay, let me put the chat again. Okay, let's see.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier
Okay, is the
than
chat
Ultra
working again?
Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
Yes.
It's future-oriented. It screams progress
Holistic
and
value.
innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Rick and Morty approach. Man. They're back to doors. Oh man. Oh.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
I don't know what he's talking about. The narrator is becoming unhinged. Like he can't live without like this.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh no.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Okay. No, not the best feature for me, but let's see what comes out.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Okay, fine.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
It's truly unhinged.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim
Yeah, sure,
right now?
I'm Jim. Hey.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
I feel sorry for the narrator.
I'm too emotionally drained from all of his personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim.
Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Okay. He took away my Jim button. I don't feel happy about it, but you know, fucking my Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi. For some reason, my connection in my laptop has been failing lately. Okay, I guess we have to check for another feature. Whoa there, cowboy. Okay, what other features are going to be there?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
No screenshots. Okay, he doesn't. I will go screenshot everything in here.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
No. Just let me, fine. Happy 12th, this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
What?
Get Well Someday it is.
What the?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
What's the dig bug? Oh, jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
I didn't know that there was a... I wanted to use the jump. Oh. Okay, let's see. What are free shipment? Go get a free shipment. Oh, what's this? What's this? Huh. Man, I truly feel bad for the narrator if you want to ask me right now. He has been I don't know.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
Okay.
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
You won't let me grab it.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh, that's it.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they?
Yeah,
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay, let's check. Well, let's get the free achievement. Really? Is that easy?
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
Oh.
Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Give me the shipment. Okay, fine. Fish. And why I'm holding this bucket? I'm confused about why I'm holding this bucket. Can I throw it?
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Collectibles, I guess.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Wait,
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
man, he is truly going to make the worst game possible, isn't he? Okay, let's check the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I think I'm gonna go down for a while.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No. I think I will stay for a while.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Oh.
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Well, I guess it wasn't infinite. I got I think I got like scared and pressed G at the last moment. Okay, distant space time, distant past, distant future. Okay, let's continue. I guess we can go to the exit now. I think I tried everything in here.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Oh, this box.
Okay. Are you ready?
This box
Here
is
it
kinda
is.
big.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
It's kind of the same.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
Is it what?
Perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Well, I'm gonna try it. Okay, let's go. Stanley Parable 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk.
Okay. Is this what he calls tasteful?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
No, I'm not going to pick it up.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I did not.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Okay, let's go left.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh man. Okay.
Now, let's see.
Which way?
Down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, fine. Let's do this. So this way.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, let's
Stanley
go.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Let's
simply
go back
missed
to
a
the new
memo.
No new content again. Huh.
When Stanley...
Wait, what?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
This way? Huh. No idea where I'm going. Now I'm completely oh! I found my way back.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh. Okay, we're going
All
back.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's no choice.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, fine. I don't see.
Aha!
Oh.
I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
This is not it.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Oh.
Congratulations!
Oh, right. Thank you. Nice.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Huh.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Man. I'm getting restart. Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I'm following the line, but I've never been here before.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself?
Holy
Okay,
shit.
Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
Wait,
Hang
what?
on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten them. Wait,
Yes.
cut the music, go back and look at that film. Stanley, this film
I can't hear anything. Holy shit.
is about story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I sleep. Fucking god.
Wait, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is this ringing a bell?
Okay. Okay, let's continue this way.
How could you have done this to us after we trusted you? After everything we've been through? Restart.
Okay, that was hilarious.
You know what, Stanley?
Oh.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
Okay.
Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever
not
it might
sure.
be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Well, do I press a button or do you...
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Well, I can't do much or... Okay, you left. Or...
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Okay, perfect.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere. which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
Okay,
and
yes.
that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Okay, let's go to the
Another
left.
victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Oh, they won't let me.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And
Oh.
we're supposed to restart the game what, eight times?
Oh.
That's really how all this goes? It's
Oh.
all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My
Yeah.
mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
Okay, I'm on the sixth
Well,
ending.
who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Oh.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're
Yes.
always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh. Ah. So I guess. Oh my god.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay, fine.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Man.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs.
Oh wait,
to
I
the
remember
boss's
that ending.
office.
I think it won't work this time.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yeah, I remember.
Was it the bucket knew
I
or not?
remembered.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yes, this.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful
Hello, Sayak. How are you
figurines.
doing? I am playing a weird game. Although I think I might end the stream after this one. Because I'm confused about this, and I have my bucket to help me go away from confusion.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
Yes, it is.
Everything will be fine.
Okay, let's see what's in here. Let's see.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, mind control facility.
I have been here before. Is this the place where...
The lights rose
Yeah.
on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Okay. I guess we have to continue. Yeah, I have to agree. Okay, let's see. Cameras.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled
It's
it
a
gently,
bucket.
reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
I
Had
don't
the
think
bucket
so.
been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
It's a bucket.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one.
I
except
agree.
For the bucket.
Oh, what's that?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Wow.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends.
Okay, there we go.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed
have no
themselves
idea
from
what's
the
going
tyrannical
on.
grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both
What?
of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
What?
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Oh, it's stuck.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An
Oh,
unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
Can I leave it
Really
behind?
nice not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place.
Oh.
Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
I guess I
Trapped
will
eternally
trap forever in the
darkness
waiting
isn't
cage.
really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh. Ah. Well, I think I will stop Stanley Parallel for today because, man, I'm starting to get tired. It's a fun game. I have to admit it. I liked it. It was a short stream of, let me check, 1 hour and 30 minutes. So next time we're gonna continue, okay? Thank you for coming because I'm trying to talk and I'm getting. I'm not talking that much because of I'm sleeping, so I can continue for now. See you later.